Yes, no, maybe. I don't know. Can you repeat the intro?
This is the Zixel Podcast.
This
This
is
is
the
the
Zixel
Zixel
Podcast.
Podcast.
This
This
is
is
the
the
Zixel
Zixel
Podcast.
Podcast. It's the best podcast in the world. This is the Zixel
Whoa,
Podcast.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
This is the Zixel
Whoa,
Podcast.
whoa, whoa,
This is
whoa.
the Zixel Podcast with your hosts, Con and Bates. Reese is our guest.
That was actually really good.
That was alright.
Especially the last part.
That'll be the intro. So, yes, hello. What's up, ladies and gents? You're listening to Zixel. This is episode 3 of the Zixel podcast. Everyone give us a yay.
We don't know when we should stop.
Woo.
We don't know
Yeah,
how.
Oliver, you didn't
Please
give a
stop
yay.
us.
Give a yay.
Say
Say yay!
yay! Yay!
There we go. Right.
Yay.
Today, our special guest, our very special guest, is Mr. Reese, who is referred to on this channel as Wilcox. Say hello!
Hello, ladies and gents.
Yeah, there we go. That's better. Right, so today we have a very fun show. It's the same show. It's always fun anyway, isn't it, Oliver?
It's not spontaneous or anything. I mean, we didn't seriously just go and get the news segments a half hour ago. No, we've been planning this shit for fucking weeks.
Exactly.
Mm.
Yes.
Well, for anyone who watched the last show, you might have seen that Oliver sadly died at the end. He exploded into a million pieces. Of course,
but
we
like every other prophet, I came back 3 days later. So
yeah,
Yeah.
we
I was down the pub
glued
and he
him.
was suddenly in front of me. I was like, what?
Yeah, we glued him
It was
back
great.
together with Prit Stick. He seems okay. Are you okay, Oliver?
I don't know. I feel like one of the gears in my head might be a bit loose.
Oh.
Nah. I feel
Okay.
like it's fine.
It-
Yeah, I think I'm
it-
fine.
It's always been like that,
Ah,
buddy.
yeah.
Ha 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 ha! You're so funny.
He,
He's calling you stupid.
You
sorry.
think? You
I'm sorry.
Should
Sure.
we move on to something that's actually
yeah.
related
Okay.
to the channel? Or
Um,
gaming,
Yeah, we probably
which is
should
what
get
we
on
do.
to
Hang
like
on,
channels
hang
stuff.
on. Before we do this, I have to ask, how has your days been? Reese, how has your day been today?
Well, I woke up in immense pain.
Oh no.
I spent the day in immense pain. I got my flatmates to go get me food because I can't walk because of my immense pain.
Oh
Reese
no, what?
broke his leg
And I ordered
yesterday.
a Domino's, so everything's really good.
That's good. Reese, why don't you tell everyone like what happened?
Short story, I was playing down the park with my chums and I tripped over a little yellow bucket and was rushed to hospital with severe knee injuries.
You call it a bucket. It makes it so much better.
Yet he turned up to the studio today. That's dedication right
Yeah,
there.
he came down to work in his car.
Yes, I can still
Wow.
drive and stuff.
That's incredible.
Especially considering he said he's in his room.
What
You
a
were both
trooper.
there. You saw the amount of pain I was in.
Yeah, they were all like trying to force feed him drugs and stuff, and I was just
I
there
had to-
like,
I had to take
leave the
floor
guy
drugs."
alone. Yeah, floor drugs. We don't recommend anyone to do that. If you see like anything on the floor that looks like Smarties or
Painkillers.
yeah, painkillers, don't eat them. You'd be an idiot
No.
to do that,
You would be.
Yes.
unless you are like a crackhead. Whereas it would be a very happy pastime. Anyway, Oliver, how has your day been?
Don't ask me that question. Don't
Oh,
ask
why?
me that question.
Have you had a bad day?
No, nothing's happened today.
When
That's
you
the
had
point.
A bad day, you take your butt down.
Race, I'm going to make this perfectly clear right now. Every time you sing during this podcast, I'm going to cut off one of your fingers.
Not
I'll give you
again.
one for free. I'll give you that one for free because this is a warning.
Oh,
Just so
dear.
you know,
Oh, no.
alright? Just so you know. We do not want to get sued.
We
but
don't treat your
I'm
other
going to
guests
re-
this badly.
I do actually, at least I try to. And I
Mm.
think trying is half the battle. But I will retort with another question, Connor. How
Uh-huh.
has your day been?
My day's been kind of stressful. I
Oh,
was
yeah.
talking to you. I was talking to you a couple of minutes ago. I went to go and buy a suit today, I went to the local supermarket, which is Asda. To the American viewers, that is like Walmart, I believe.
You went to Asda? Well, there's your problem.
Yeah. No, okay. Online, on their website, they have a huge selection of really fine suits. When we got
That's
to the
called
shop,
internet.
yeah.
Online, of course, they're going to show you the best stuff.
When we got to the shop, they had like 2 different types of jackets and like 4 different types of trousers, none of which were my size. And I am a really inconvenient size because like I'm in between 2 sizes, which really sucks. So I can either have clothes that are too baggy or way too tight.
No, I think this was partially your fault for having expectations going to Asda, so...
Come on, I trust my local British supermarkets. However, I don't trust
Problem
Asda.
number 1.
Asda's god-awful now. And when I got home, I started cooking dinner, and I got a paper cut from tinfoil, and now my finger's
Ooh.
bleeding. So...
Oh,
I
kinda
am
sucks.
sorry. I am sorry for that. Jesus, ow.
genuinely, I would
Dude.
not wish that upon my worst enemy.
Do you need me to call like a doctor or something?
no, it's fine.
I mean, screw Reese's leg. This sounds
Hey.
much more important.
Yeah, I mean, this finger, it was like stinging for a couple of minutes. You gotta feel
I
sorry
can
for me.
imagine. Bloody hell.
Oh,
But-
ow.
Everything is okay now. I've got a huge mug of tea. I'm with my friends, and we are doing the Zixel podcast.
You have
So
friends?
everything-
You're with your friends, but I thought you were doing a podcast with us instead.
Yeah.
Like, I'm confused here.
You guys said you were my friends, right? Let's move on. Let's move on. First
I
segment.
love
Oliver,
beating Connor at video games.
I
Oliver,
just
what's
love
the
eating him.
first segment?
Okay, I'm gonna do this preemptive because in the last podcast I caught Johnny extremely unawares of this. So Reese, just remember, this is normal. So the first segment of the day is General News.
Oliver, of course, just
Okay.
said channel news. That was some sort of foreign language. Oliver said it in. He's very bilingual, which is very incredible.
Do we dim
anyway.
a coffee?
Indeed, Oliver does like kangaroos in the summer. Channel
In case you didn't know, that was Chinese.
channel
What are
news.
we saying?
Okay.
Channel News, go. This is Connor's
So-
segment.
What new videos have been uploaded to the channel, Connor?
I don't
That's
know,
what
Connor.
you meant to be asking me.
Why don't you tell us?
Right, well, first of all, I've got a Zixel spotlight of Don't Starve. I was gifted this
Whoa.
game not long ago. I've wanted to play it for a long time. I recorded 2 episodes of a spotlight where you get to see me shove my head in a beehive and burn down a forest. It was quite fun, actually. Check that out.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't think you knew a whole lot about the game, but it was
No,
it was fine.
I knew nothing of the game. I'd only seen some people play it before for like 5 minutes. And it's been a game I've wanted to play for a while. And I did. So yeah, go check that out. That's pretty cool. Wilcox, you had a Zixel spotlight of Saints Row 4. You're actually right in the middle of that, I believe.
I did indeed have one, and this morning, with my leg all done up and stuff, I edited together part 3, which features
Part
some
3.
music from our very own Taff.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Now let's move on to what's really, really awesome about what's
Okay.
gone up recently.
The Sims.
Hey, hang on. I've got a goddamn
this
list
is Connor's
here.
segment. This
I've
is
got a
Connor's
goddamn
segment, Reese.
list. You gotta wait for me.
Jesus.
I'm new here. I'm sorry.
Right, okay. Next new video is Zixel Sims. This is something else I've wanted to do for a long time, and I've finally got around to doing it. Basically, what this is, I remade these guys. I remade everyone in Zixel Media as some really crappy Sims. My dog is barking, so you're gonna have to ignore him if you can hear him in the background. We've got Zixel Sims. I remade these guys as Sims, and basically we're going to reenact our lives in a video game world. When I say our lives, I'm of course bullshitting. We are of course trying to live our dream, working in.
It's
our dream.
absolutely glorious. It's absolutely glorious, and my sim is 100% accurate. As is
Exactly.
Mine
Taff's.
is very similar. To
Like, Taff Sim looks absolutely, like, perfectly like him. Like, if you want to know what Taff looks like in real life, imagine Taff Sim, but much shorter. And that's it.
Oh yeah, much shorter. Taff's titchy.
Oh god, there are some Sims that do not resemble the real life people at
I'm
all.
not as baby faced as
I think
my
it's
Sims
you
would
and
let me
Anderson.
believe.
You and Anderson
Yeah,
are the worst, I think.
Me, Anderson, and Johnny. It's got to be
Johnny's
said.
is actually fine, I think.
Really?
Like, I think Johnny's Sim actually represents him very well.
He looks-
Johnny babyface
He
feeling.
looks like a baby with facial hair.
Exactly.
It's
That's
not
why
accurate.
That's why it's so. Of course, it's accurate.
Oh, anyway, that's Zixel Sims. Check it out. I've released the
Please
first
check it out.
2 episodes. We've
I
got
want
one
this to
more
become a
going out.
long thing. I want this to become a long thing.
I hope it does. I want to make sure I have plenty to talk about whilst I'm recording it.
You can
Because,
invite guests on.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
that's an interesting idea actually.
Talk about it later.
Yeah. Okay.
This is not the place
yes.
for talking about
Next video. The annual Zixel Royal Rumble.
that. TF2 edition.
Yeah, we're gonna.
This is the Team
do this
Fortress
every
2
year.
edition.
Yeah, Team Fortress
Alright.
2 edition. This is basically when we all get on a server and beat each other up with like fish and ham.
And pans and
Yeah.
then
it's-
miniguns.
It's basically just a big piss around on Team Fortress 2.
What? No, I was playing it super serious, like.
Same.
You serious?
Well, you're serious? I thought you were playing like a noob, Reese. You weren't trying to be? Oh, that's awkward.
Well, yeah. That. Oh dear. Oliver.
Oh, damn. Oh.
Check that out. That's quite fun. In part 2 we have a nice fire alarm rap. Reese's fire alarm went off. Sorry, I mean the office fire alarm went off
Yep.
in the middle of the song.
It goes off so much.
Sorry, in the middle of the match, not the song. And yeah, Reese got evacuated. We all got evacuated. And on our way
Oh my God.
outside, on our way outside, we decided to do a rap. We're not going to reenact it. You can always just look at the damn video.
Go watch the fucking video.
Go watch
Seriously.
the video,
Yeah,
damn
jeez.
it. Jesus.
Jesus
We
Christ.
have a channel full of videos. Why are you watching this one? Jeez.
Exactly.
Like, this is like
gee.
the worst video to watch, other than the
Hmm.
Saints Row videos.
I mean,
Exactly.
It doesn't even have both of the best members of Zixel, which are clearly myself and Taff.
Yeah. Well, there we go. Zixel Royal Rumble. Check that out. That's pretty cool.
There's
Now,
2 parts up.
yeah, 2 parts up. Now I'm gonna move on to my my favorite recent video of probably of the last couple of months, I'd reckon. And this is Oliver's new review of South Park: The Stick of Truth.
Whoa. You gotta love this Oliver guy. I know.
Yeah,
I mean-
I was expecting like an applause or a cheer.
I mean, this Oliver guy is just the best. I
gonna
mean,
say
you got to
anything.
admit, he's just such a cool dude.
I know.
I do.
Nah, I'm just
enjoy
kidding. He's
his
an
reviews.
asshole. He's an asshole. He's a total fucking cunt.
Oh.
So yeah,
But
this
hey,
is,
his reviews are great, so go check him out.
exactly. South Park: The Stick of Truth. This is Oliver's 3rd review. Oliver, of course, the man behind the Starbound review, which is the most successful video on this channel. Go and check it out. It's a very, very, very good review. It's detailed of many areas that you might not expect reviewers to look into, and it's
wouldn't
just
exactly
a
say
genuine.
that.
It's just a generally very enjoyable video. Go and check it out. It's pretty awesome. It's very awesome.
is
It's
indeed.
good, but not fantastic.
It was also.
It's fantastic.
Oh.
My God,
Oh.
Connor.
Oh.
I'm sorry. No,
I felt that pain.
it
I
is
felt-
fantastic. It is
Oh, I
fantastic.
cannot believe this. I'm.
Oliver, I'm sorry.
But anyway,
You
the
okay,
review,
Oliver?
the review ended what I think we are calling the Bates weekend, which was
Yeah.
because I did the Royal Rumbles and the Stick of Truth, which are like the first videos I've done since the last Team Fortress 2 video, which is actually a month old now. So
Wow.
it's been the Bates weekend.
Oliver, of course, has been working all this time on his review. Gotta hand it to
haven't.
him. What?
No, I haven't. What are you
What?
talking about? You're a dirty liar. Stop saying this. These are dirty lies.
You told
These
me
are
that
lies.
you told me you'd been busy working on them for ages.
You're a dirty liar, Connor. I can't believe you would lie to everyone's faces like that. I mean,
believe
God.
I don't believe this. Oh.
I'm so disappointed with you.
Anyway, final news segment. It's not actually related to Zixel Media. However, I consider it to be channel news because, well, basically, Zixel's very own Taff Kiwi. I think he's Taff. Do we refer to him as Taff? Not Taff
He's
Kiwi. Taff.
He's Taff.
Okay,
Taff
yeah.
is Taff.
Taff's band, Clear the Auditorium, have released their new single, If We Burn. They released it alongside their music video. I, of course, am talking about this because I consider CTA, Clear the Auditorium, to be part of the Zixel family. They have offered their songs as intros and outros, so I thought I could at least make mention of their new single. This If We Burn... yeah, Reese?
If We Burn is also featured in Saints Row Part 3, whenever that goes up. It's the only part of editing I actually did in that video.
Nice.
But you'll see that when it comes out. Hey!
Yeah,
I
exactly.
also had the opportunity to see Clear the Auditorium live last Friday, and they played If We Burn there, and yeah, go watch.
Okay, Reese, you can stop selling out now. You can
Fantastic.
stop selling
It's
out
good.
now.
Taff must love me.
So, yeah, that was Clear the Auditorium, If We Burn, music video made by Unit 15 Productions. Check it out. There might be a link in the description if I can remember. Anyway.
You won't. I'm actually surprised you didn't talk about the other thing that the whole channel did, you know? The thing we all voice acted for.
Oh,
That thing! Okay,
Yeah,
should
that
I?
thing.
I haven't got that on the list, but fine, I could talk about that. That's actually something I'm really happy about.
Well, you had an
Surely
album
you of all
release
people would
on
want
it,
to.
so why not? This is
Alright.
actually related to the channel.
Hang on, is this actually what I'm thinking it is?
The Muse thing.
Yeah,
Muse
okay.
the animated series.
Basically, a while ago, I did some voice acting for some guy's fan video of a band called Muse, and yeah, I did some voice acting. I played a radio presenter from BBC Radio Devon, and that video actually went live. It's currently got like 15,000 views, I believe.
Currently 13,569.
Close
Stop
enough.
nitpicking.
But the greatest thing about it,
No, 16,570 actually.
Make up your
Ooh.
mind.
yeah,
It
the
changed
greatest
when I
thing
clicked on the
about
video.
it is that it has been viewed by Muse's drummer, Dominic Howard himself, the man himself. He has actually seen that video. Also, Matthew Bellamy's mother has seen that video. Now, this means the mother of Matthew Bellamy, my idol, has heard my voice. This is the greatest accomplishment in my entire life.
Besides getting 100
Oh,
subscribers.
Well, it's just overtaken that. Yeah, there we go. We're credited in the credits at the end of that video as Zixel Media. We all voiced my lines. We all
are
just sort
hive
of
mind. We
yeah.
are one.
yeah. We all merged our voices
We
together,
do not
and
forgive, we do not forget.
funnily
Oh, don't
enough,
be-
it just
don't-
sounds
no.
like me. So there we go. There might be a link to that in the description as well. I should probably like note down what I'm saying here so that I can actually
It's
remember.
not like you're ever going to listen to this again.
Someone give like some filler content whilst I just type this out one sec. Okay.
What are we going to do? What we have to have content in this video?
We don't know what content is.
Just talk about something. Give like a joke or something for 20 seconds whilst I type this up.
Reese, knock knock.
Who's there?
Doctor.
Doctor Who?
Hey. God, are you done yet? Seriously.
Uh-huh. That was so
Right. Okay. I am
funny.
done. I am done. I have typed this all up.
Oh, also,
Okay.
happy St. Patrick's Day, anyone who cares about it?
What do you
This-
mean, Reese? St.
this-
Patrick's Day was 2 days ago.
What are you talking about, Reese?
Oh.
Oh, no.
Oh, Reese. Silly
I mean,
Reese.
we're filming this on the 19th.
Oh, yeah, of course. Sorry,
The-
I was back in time then a second.
19th.
Whoopsie.
Oh dear. Right. Well, that's it for channel news. Wow, what a segment that was. 20 minutes.
It's also it for my
Jesus.
Whoa.
Okay, Oliver, what's the next segment?
Okay, so I feel like I have to repeat myself because Johnny was confused the second time round too, so
Okay.
brace yourself, Wilcox. General, gaming guru, News.
Okay, let me just get out my translation thing here.
It says squirrel
General
sex.
gaming news.
I've got
Yeah.
I've got an accent. It's kind of hard to hear, so he needs
okay.
he needs a dictionary.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
know
Otherwise,
what
Oliver.
it is.
otherwise
Squirrel
Connor's
sex.
fluent.
Yeah. Fire away, Oliver.
Okay, so I was totally prepared for this segment, and I totally didn't just go on r/gaming news like a half hour before we had to do this podcast. So
Of course not.
this stuff has all been very dear to my heart for however long they've been out now, however long this news has been relevant.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So the first thing I'd like to talk about is the fact that you remember the PlayStation 4's price point?
$599
Yes.
US dollars. Oh no, that was a PS3.
Well, at
How
any
much was
rate,
it?
now the price point everywhere else in the world is exactly the same, but it's $50 more expensive in Canada now for some reason.
Because fuck
what?
Canada, that's why.
Like seriously, what has happened here is essentially in Canada, they are now charging $50 more for PlayStation 4s. Like everywhere else in the world's the same price, but not in Canada.
I think you're forgetting. In Canada, they have Canada tax. This is where they get taxed for being Canadian. They, of course, are very sorry about it. They keep saying that.
God.
I don't know what I was getting at there.
No, I have
You
no
made,
idea.
You made a terrible Canada joke.
Yeah. Or do they like ship maple syrup in the boxes now or something?
I have
50
no
pounds
idea.
worth of maple syrup.
How much maple syrup would that even be?
Quite a lot
A
of maple
lot.
syrup. In Asda earlier, there was maple syrup on the shelf, and I really wanted to get some, but it was quite expensive, so we didn't.
How much was it?
It
Like,
was like £3 for a bottle.
but you can get that's quite a lot of bottles. You know,
Yeah,
that's still
it
quite a lot
is.
of bottles. Like you get at least like I don't know the exchange rates, but you get like at least 10 bottles of maple syrup with your PlayStation 4. You know.
I mean, that's enough to play a couple of hours worth of video games while you drink your syrup.
I mean, you could finish it all in the time that you can play South Park: The Stick of Truth, but
Yeah. Or maybe they like ship a moose head in the box as a trophy. Like you know,
like, you can't change
PlayStation.
it.
PlayStation give out trophies, don't they? On their PlayStation Network thing. Maybe they've actually sent out a real life trophy of a moose head.
Canada Moose Achievement. Oh my god.
It's the achievement you get for being Canadian.
You bought the game for $50 more than you should have in Canada. Here's an achievement for it.
Wow.
It's like that time when I first got my 3DS, I paid something like... I paid around £50 more for it before they dropped the price when it wasn't selling much. And then they went, oh, here's your achievement, you're now a Nintendo ambassador and we're going to give you some free games.
Yeah,
It's
but
like,
Reese, you didn't get screwed over by this.
I
In
got
Canada,
screwed over
no,
massively.
Reese, you got so many free games for your £50 extra pounds. Plus, you got the fucking console before everyone else. You had time to play the game. You cannot complain. Games and consoles drop in price after a time. You have no right to complain.
It was
People in
after
Canada
2 weeks.
now have a right to complain.
Poor Canadians.
It's just such a they're just fucking them over. Like,
can't
I
get a
cannot
break.
Imagine.
There's so much snow there. It always snows. They thought they deserved a break, but no. Sony decided to fuck them over.
At least they've got Mies.
Damn it.
Maybe it's because they know they won't complain about it.
Moving on, because this is just going to go nowhere. Do we all know Dear Esther? The Dear Esther game, which was essentially the best walking simulator of whenever the fuck it came out.
I have
well-
no idea what we're on about.
Okay, then this is essentially going to be me for this.
I will just zone out here. I'll go over here. I'll let you talk. Oh god, the mic is falling. I'll go over here so you can talk about it. Go
Okay.
on. You can do it.
Carry on.
Okay. The Dear Esther developer has joined Valve, which is
More walking games.
it's just there's a lot of people didn't really like Dear Esther. There was a lot of bad publicity behind it, you know? I mean, we all... Well, you know the Stanley Parable?
The top tag on Steam for it is Walking Simulator. Like, that's the number one tag for it.
I mean, if you've played the Stanley Parable, you remember it was witty, it was, you know, contextually relevant to the genre of media that it was portraying, you know? It was filled with references to video games and, you know, video game stereotypes, and it mocked them, and it was bloody fucking hilarious as well. Plus, I'm pretty sure you could crouch in that game, so instantaneously you have more controls than you did in Dear Esther. What Dear Esther was, it was seriously just a game where you could move around, and that was it. At that point, it was just a book. So you would just walk around and some cutscenes would play, so it seriously might have as well have just been a movie.
So revolutionary.
What? So it was like an interactive story more than a game?
Yeah, it was essentially a visual novel, but you could move around, you know. The only controls you had in the game was being able to move around. That was seriously it. And they've joined Valve, so I don't know what Valve exactly wants with them. I wouldn't want anything to do with them, but apparently Valve has plans.
Maybe like Half-Life 3 is going to be the most intense walk-in simulation in the world.
Hope not.
That would be the best sequel.
Which would you prefer, Half-Life 3 to never come out, or Half-Life 3 to be a walking simulator?
I prefer it never ever came out. I don't want, like, when Half-Life 3 comes out, it's gonna sell millions of copies just because it's Half-Life 3. I don't want millions of people to be disappointed. You know, I'd rather the game just never came out.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what this all means. Like, if they're just in charge of like, I never played the Esther, so I have nothing to say about the story. I don't know whether it was good or not. You know, it was one of those kind of full of themselves stories from what I've heard, but if they're just working on stories, if they're just like working on the story aspects in some Valve game, I don't see much of a problem here, but it is worthy to take note because I think it's important that we learn what this guy's doing. Because I don't want him to suddenly be put in charge of, I don't know, Team Fortress 3, you know?
Yeah, when that comes out.
It's not, by the way, but that was just the first thing that came to my mind, so...
Wow.
That's it. Life revolves around Team Fortress.
That might be newsworthy to you or not. It might be just, oh, some guy I don't know is joining this company and I don't know what he's doing. Great news segment!
This news means absolutely nothing to me.
Means fuck all to anyone. Well done, Oliver. You've alienated our entire fan base of 108 subscribers.
Nah, you people are just completely fucking ignorant.
Yeah.
Everyone else knows. It's just you two don't know anything. I mean, if I went to Taff and Hanson, I bet they would totally know what I'm talking about, you know? They wouldn't. No, it's, well, that's the story. So, I guess I'll just go on to my last... I guess I'll just go on to my last little story here. I'm trying, but you keep interrupting me.
I'm sorry.
We do it to keep things interesting.
So we know. So you guys don't know Dear Esther, but you guys know what esports are, right?
Is this the sort of places where they hire out huge stadium things and have people come in with their computers and play like Dota 2 and shit?
And StarCraft 2, yep, that's the ones.
Fun.
People who play video games at the professional level. Well, the news this week is that a pro gamer, a Korean, obviously, I mean, of course it's a fucking Korean, you know,
Oliver,
has taken home $100,000 after winning a StarCraft 2 championship.
Holy shit.
That's a lot of internet money.
Wow.
That's like... more than PewDiePie makes in a week.
I wouldn't know. I honestly wouldn't know.
It's a lot of money, though, you know?
It is. That's incredible.
That's some money.
I mean, there are some people out there who should actually be kind of happy about this, because it shows that the esports scene is actually looking strong, like they've hit a milestone in terms of the payouts.
It turns out you can make something of your life if you play video games all day.
But you have to play to the absolute highest level, and you have to win a, like, winner takes all StarCraft 2 tournament. So good fucking luck.
Be good at what you do, basically, and maybe it will pay off one day.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's go to
what's next up
Wilcox.
on? What?
It's,
What?
Hang on. What just happened here?
What's going on?
Did a segment just end?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's go on to the next segment, because these two are beyond fucking confused as to how this shit works.
Guys,
The
where
next
are
segment
we?
is Game MUSE over the now.
Game Moose of the Naus.
Games of the now
Right,
is the
yes.
next segment.
Oliver did just say games of the now.
I just said that.
I can confirm this.
He can confirm.
Yes, the
Yes.
translation has come
So-
through.
What I just said was completely accurate, because Game of the Now always starts with the guest.
Yeah.
So, Wilcox, what is your Game of the Now?
Go on, Reese.
Oh,
Go on, Reese. You
right.
talk about your
Mine
game.
is-
You talk about your game. You talk about it and you enjoy it.
Jesus fucking
Yes.
Christ, Connor.
Right, my game of the now, or the game of the present, or the game of today, or whatever it is currently a game that was, well, quite recently getting a lot of attention again after being ignored for 20 years.
Aw.
My game of the now is Pokemon Red.
Ah,
Or Pokemon, you could also say Pokemon Blue version if you want.
we talked about this last week.
Gotta
I don't know, I
catch
didn't
'em
watch it.
all.
You didn't watch every
didn't
video
watch
that we put out?
Our video?
I don't have an hour to watch a podcast.
Hey,
like 40
it's
minutes.
just something you put on in the background and you listen to.
Okay, so
I mean,
somebody
Reece,
else
your
make
leg's
Pokemon
been
Red their
broken
game
and
of the
all
now?
No, we talked about Twitch Plays
that's fine,
Pokemon,
I'm
which is
gonna tell-
extremely fucking obvious
No,
as to
no,
what we're
right.
going to talk
Mine
about.
isn't because Twitch plays Pokemon. Mine is I went to Cardiff Comic Con a couple of Saturdays ago, and I bought a Game Boy, the original from 1989 or whatever, big grey block of a thing
Uh-huh.
requiring 4 AA batteries. And I've always had a copy of Pokemon Red. I say always, probably not always, but I've got a copy of Pokemon Red. And so I started it up again after Twitch Plays Pokemon got my interest in it.
Uh-huh.
And
yeah.
although it is vastly inferior to, let's say, Pokemon X and Y in terms of
Whoa!
gameplay and features, and
That's
there is-
controversial.
Okay, sorry, Gen 1ers, you load of bitches.
Nostalgia
Um,
fans are going to be freaking
nostalgia, yeah.
out.
But let's be honest here, you can't run in the game. There's one color, black.
Hang on, you can't run in the game.
No, you can't run.
This sounds like
not a
hell.
color.
This sounds like hell.
You can't organize your items by anything, and it doesn't say the names of the TMs until you try to use them.
Oh god.
And although I've made this my game of the now, it's because although it is really an inferior game, and a lot of the features in X and Y should have been implemented from the very start, as Oliver tried to tell me when we were first playing X and Y,
Uh-huh.
it's still Pokemon Red, and it's still nostalgic as all hell. I mean, nothing will ever compare to the choice of Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle at the very beginning of the game.
Aw.
And then call in your rival Asshat.
That's it.
Truly glorious.
Oh, man.
Truly glorious moments in my gaming childhood. And I'm going to attempt to catch all 151 by performing the Mew glitch. at
That's a
one point.
mistake. This is a huge mistake on your part, Reese. You shouldn't do
It
that.
is, but I want to. I mean, in the most recent games, I've been able to catch pretty much all the Pokemon. But I want to actually try to do it on the original cartridge. And I'm going to love it if I do. But yeah, that was my game of the now, and it has been for a while, I reckon.
Oh.
Reese,
That's
I think
nice.
Reese, I think you just set a world record in terms of shortest game of the now ever.
It's fine, it's fine. You don't have to talk about it for minutes. You can say a game, you can say why you love it, you can give reasons as to why you hate it, you can talk about a game you despise if you really want to.
That is the rules of game of the now. There
Yeah.
are no rules.
There are
So,
no rules.
with that said, Connor, what is your game of the now?
My game of the now, it's not an old game, it's a fairly recent game. Then again, when I say recent, I mean within the last 3 years.
I mean, you did think Killing Floor came out last year.
Yeah. Well, come on, I'd never heard of it before.
That's
Anyway,
your
fair.
problem.
Yeah. Anyway, my game of the now is a game I've been playing a hell of a lot recently, actually.
Far Cry.
Yeah,
Oh, you ruined it!
Far Cry
In
3.
before Far Cry.
Spoilers!
I've been playing...
Oh, come on, I see him play it all the time
Yeah.
on Steam.
I know,
I've
but you
been-
don't ruin it for everyone
God
else.
damn it. God damn it, Reece.
Sorry. Shall I ruin all of us as well?
No.
No,
Right.
no. I
Yeah,
mean, it's
well-
obvious enough as it is.
I've been playing Far Cry 3. Personally, I think the game is fantastic. It's one of those games that I bought, and I thought, okay, I've seen this game in the headlines, not in the headlines, on the headlines of like Reddit gaming and stuff like that. And I've heard it's a good game, and I was like, meh, okay, let's give it a go. Started playing it, and I've been playing like 6-hour sessions of it because I love it so much. I will talk about why I love it momentarily. However, I am also going to talk about some things which I'm not too keen on with the game. However, there are way more pros than cons in my eyes. So should I talk about?
Should probably get on with
these?
that.
Yeah. Okay.
Should I go get myself a cup of tea or something?
If you want.
Like, is this going to take a while?
No, I've actually
I'm
got
gonna
like.
go warm up my pizza if he's gonna do this then.
Okay, I'll talk to these guys with myself. Okay.
So this will be the first Connor review.
So this is my game. It's Far Cry 3. It's
Please, ladies and gents, I'd like you to imagine him in some sort of American school standing at the front in front of the blackboard holding up a games case right now for show and tell.
Oh my god.
I like the cover of this game. It's very vivid and
You bought it
What do you mean
digitally.
cover? You bought it on Steam!
It's a digital fucking copy. You don't get a copy in a box.
I don't know.
Worst show and tell ever. Kick him off the stage.
You're just holding up a laptop and trying to show them some concept art you found on Google Images.
Oh my god.
Oh dear.
You can continue,
Anyway,
Connor.
the things I love about this game is that, first of all, it's an open world, and it's probably my favorite type of like map. Not map. It's my favorite type of mapping in a game. It's where you can go from A to B without having to go through 500 loading screens. It's filled with beautiful scenery. It's filled with wild animals that you can mow down in a car. The storyline, it's a decent storyline. It's not my favorite storyline. I don't really want to give away many spoilers because it still is kind of recent, isn't it?
Do you know the definition of madness?
Shut up, Vass. Yeah. Basically, you play as this guy, this rich guy from LA, who gets kidnapped.
Spoilers?
Oh god, yeah. Spoiler alert from right here to the end of the show, probably. You play as this guy. I'm not even sure of his name. Jason Brody. That was it.
Jason!
It sounds like Brony. Jason Brony. Let's call him Jason Brony. You play as a guy called Jason Brony, who gets kidnapped by a bunch of pirates with his friends. They jumped out of like a plane or something. They were doing skydiving, and they got kidnapped by pirates.
Oh, I thought the pirates were skydiving onto the plane. Like skydiving pirates. Air pirates. Oh my god. Oh, I'm so disappointed.
Air
You
pirates.
cannot imagine how disappointed I am right now.
Not as much as I am.
Oh
right
my
now.
Oh
god.
god, that's fantastic. So yeah, you play as Jason Brody, gets kidnapped by pirates, and throughout the game you have to go and like save your friends, and stuff happens, and at the end of the game, let's not talk about the ending because
Yeah, why would you just skip
Yeah.
to the end of the game? And
I'm
at
not
the
going
end
to.
of the game,
Everyone dies.
the ending actually kind of disappointed me. However, I'll get to that in a minute. Something else I love about the game, the environment. It's amazing. It's beautiful. The graphics are very nice. It's very rare that
my
you find
graphics.
a game as big as Far Cry 3, and like they maintain decent graphics throughout the entirety of the game. It's very, very good. It's very pretty. However, I do think one of the highlights of this game, one of the very big highlights of the game, is the voice acting. Oliver, would you agree with me on that?
I have no idea. I've never played the game. The only
Oh.
thing I know about Far Cry is that it's got really good pyromaniacs
Yeah.
physics.
Well, basically, the voice acting in the game is absolutely incredible. I should have actually written down some names of good voice actors, but I haven't done that. I didn't plan that far ahead. Instead, all I have is bracket Vars close bracket.
You have one. You have one.
This is what happens. when
There's
you
great
have
voice
people-
acting in this game. There's this one guy.
No, yeah, there's this character called Vars. He's one of the main bad guys in the game. In fact, he's not the main bad guy, which is very disappointing because he was the best damn actor He's like this kind of insane pirate guy. I'm really making this game sound great, aren't I?
Yep.
Insane pirate guy.
Far Cry 3 review when?
Oh god.
Right after Gareth's whatever in a nutshell.
Anyway,
thing.
And my Slender Part 3.
He was so good. He actually got like this. Well, the game started off. He was only this voice actor who they casted, and they liked him so much they actually increased his part in the game. That's how good he was. Anyway, let's move on because I have nothing else to say about that.
But you haven't talked about the DLC, the Blood Dragon or whatever it's called.
I haven't actually played the DLC yet.
Well, then you haven't played Far Cry 3.
No. Okay. There's also something else I like about the game, and that is that in the game you get assigned like different tasks, like go and take out the pirate outpost. There's pirates there, and they've got like tigers in cages and stuff. Go set the tiger free. You have different ways.
And while you're out there, collect 10 boars' asses.
Yeah, you have different ways of approaching each task, which is very good. You don't find that in video games that often. Like, for example, there could be a pirate camp at the bottom of a mountain. You could go to the top of the mountain and fire a bunch of rockets down there. Of course, if they see the rockets coming, they'll set off an alarm, and you'll get sky pirates coming after you.
Just parachuting in.
Fucking Sky Pirates! Like, my favourite book is called Clash of the Sky Galleons, and it's in a series about Sky
God,
Pirates.
no!
But... Oh, I'm sorry, did I add intelligence to a
No,
podcast
you
about
added a
video games?
tangent. You added a tangent.
No, but like, I can't imagine
I
a
wanna get
game
Connor
about
to
Sky
stop
Pirates
talking
being
about
any
Far Cry.
good.
No. You could completely take out an outpost with stealth, which is good. That's what I actually did most of the time. Because if they see you, shit just gets a bit
Yeah,
crazy.
why play the game? Let's just play stealth.
Yeah.
That's
However,
called Thief, my friend.
let's get on
Because stealth isn't
to
part of the game.
let's get on to some things which I wasn't very happy about doing the game. However, this did not affect how much I enjoyed the game at all. First of all, the weapons, they were given out during the game. Like, there's parts of the game where you have to go and shut down these radio towers to unlock parts of the map. And by doing that, for some reason, the woman who runs all the stores in the world, she decides to give away all her expensive guns to you. And the game just kind of becomes very easy from that point. Of course, you can just go and rush around, shutting down all of the goddamn radio towers, and then you get every gun in the game, which I don't think they shouldn't have done that, because towards the end of the game, especially, I found I was running around with pockets full of pennies and shit, just so much money you didn't know what to do with, you know.
Pockets full of pennies, and I didn't know what to do with them. Are you sure you know how currency works, Connor?
I thought by that you meant you were broke.
No,
Yeah.
no.
You said, "Oh, I had so much money. I had pockets full of pennies." Really?
There was.
I'm a student. I
Hey.
can tell you get broke about that point.
Yeah. Anyway, so much money, so many weapons.
So
Not
much dollar.
Yeah, so much
I had
dollar.
like $1.
However, the worst thing about the game, in my eyes, is that the perk system is completely stupid. There were some perks in the game that just had no meaning to them whatsoever. Like, for example, there was this one perk which I did not unlock until the very end because I thought it was so stupid. And it allows you to fire a pistol whilst on, oh god, what's it called? A zip line. Okay? Do you know how long you are on a zip line for during the game?
Like 5 minutes
lot.
total.
No.
About as much as
About
20 seconds.
Bioshock Infinite.
About 5 seconds at a time. Do you know how many enemies are crowded around zip lines waiting for people to come down them?
Like one
None.
in the tutorial.
There's no enemies. There is no chance for you to use that perk. That is a stupid perk.
Maybe you just didn't find any of the zip lines that were cool.
It was pointless though. You could just go down a zip line, very, very slowly. No one will see you coming. Then just assassinate them from behind. Anyway, there were other really stupid perks like kill someone from below, which you would never do.
You want them to see you
someone
kill
from
them.
below.
Yeah, kill someone from below. Like you could be swimming in the water.
I'm just imagining some Mirror's Edge shit coming in here with you just gliding between the legs and putting your hand through their crotch and
Yeah.
upwards.
Oh.
Of course, half of these perks meant nothing when you had all these guns and you just shoot them in the face with a rocket launcher. Anyway, that's Far Cry 3. Buy the
Yeah,
goddamn game.
I'm just imagining you spending your entire game singing some ballad while firing a rocket launcher in every freaking sky pilot.
So
Another
that
thing
was
that really-
Connor's first review.
Another thing that really pissed me off with the game is that the day I bought it, it was £10. Literally the next day, it was £3.
No.
You complain you spent £10 for a game.
It was a very
I remember
enjoyable
when I
game.
used
though.
to spend £30 per game, and now I just wait until it's on sale on Steam.
Oh god, it was worth every penny. Anyway, Oliver, what's your game of the now?
Well, I mean, Reese just got the world record for
Killing
shortest
Floor's
game of the
£3.74, for
now.
fuck's sake.
Reese just got the world record for like shortest game of the now. I think
I
Connor
didn't
just
know it
won
was supposed to be
the world
long.
record for longest game of the now.
At least I don't have to play Bad Rats this week. Yay!
No, you don't. Who won? Who lost last week?
Me, I
Thinking
think.
about that.
Yeah.
Well, you
Anyway,
didn't play, but okay. Well, anyway, my game of the now is pretty obvious. If you've actually, if you watch the video, you know what it is. My game of the now. Wait for it. Drum roll.
It's
South
Bad
Park.
Rats, isn't it?
That's South Park. South Park.
Bollocks.
again?
Obvious, you know.
Hasn't it already
Yeah,
been
I mean-
one of your game of the now? No, it hasn't. Oh my
No,
god, I'm an
no,
idiot.
no, it
Don't worry,
hasn't.
ignore me.
Of course, I hadn't played it before, you know.
Okay.
So I feel like I might as well just rehash some of the thoughts I went over in my review because that's all anyone ever does, you know. No one's original.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic fucking game. If you like South Park at all, it's just you have to play it at some point. You don't have to be in any rush, you know. Hopefully they'll release some DLC at the point for the game that gives it more longevity. Because the main problem I have with the game is that it's way too fucking short. It's like 10 to maybe 15 hours long, depending on how fast you play it. It's just so. I mean, if you rush through it, you could probably finish the main storyline in about 6 hours if you didn't do any of the other side quests.
I've heard the side quests hilarious though.
The side quests aren't like, if you don't mind me ruining one or two of them, I'll talk you through like 2 of the side quests I thought were awesome. So you know Al Gore?
Oh yeah.
Al Gore's thing was that he's just crazy about Man Bear Pig. You know?
Pig.
But Man Bear Pig doesn't exist. But
What?
essentially, you're just walking through the streets, and you'll just find Al Gore whispering to you from the bushes, "Hey, come over here!" And he starts telling you about Man Bear Pig, and he tells you to like plant these like bugs all over town. So you just put them like you put one on top of Kenny's house, one near a farm, one at a lake or whatever, you know. And then you do that, you go back to him, and he adds you on Facebook, because one of the things about the South Park game is that they have this weird, like, Facebook integration,
Yeah.
where there's an in-game Facebook thing, and every now and again a character will send you a notification, and Al Gore spams your fucking page. Like, seriously, he spams you. So then, and the second quest for him pops up, which is just unfriend Al Gore. So you
Aw.
go to find him, and you literally just beat the crap out of him. But the thing is, he's by far the hardest fight in the game.
Oh, God.
Like, by far. Like, he summons these social security guards, and they shoot these extremely powerful shots that you cannot guard against. You can guard against, like, every attack in the game, except those. I have no idea why, but that fight was just incredibly difficult. It took me, like, 5 tries to finally kill him.
Oh man.
But it was hilarious,
Well,
you know?
that's Al Gore for you.
And then later on, he shows up again dressed as Man Bear Pig, and you gotta beat him up again. But that fight's easy, but by comparison,
Man Bear Pig.
it's hilarious. The game's fucking hilarious, but it's too short and way too bloody expensive. It's like £40, which is just beyond ridiculous for a game that short.
From what I've
You know?
seen from the game, my favourite side quest from what I've seen is finding Jesus.
That is pretty funny.
It's basically you just go to the church and there's Jesus hiding amongst the pews and he's just going tee.
You found me! And then you have to find him again. That's
It's
pretty
not-
funny.
Hey Oliver, here's some lovely fan art of Man Bear Pig I just found on DeviantArt.
Thank you, Reese. We'll be sure
Oh,
not
what?
to link it because it's DeviantArt.
I can put that in this video right
No.
here. However, I will
Please,
I
no.
will censor that. Them.
No, Connor. No. You are not to
It's
put
just the
that
expression on the face.
Oh,
in. Oh
God.
my god. But I will talk about it here because I forgot to talk about it in my review.
Uh-huh.
The game is made by Obsidian. if you don't know Obsidian, they're the guys who did Fallout New Vegas, and they're notorious for releasing really buggy games.
Oh dear.
The game's not actually that buggy though. You don't have to worry about it.
Oh, right.
Because they released it to so many people before launch, it was like a closed beta test, so they just fixed all the bugs before launch. So it was actually really smooth.
That's good.
Yeah. But that was one thing I forgot to talk about in my review, so I thought I'd bring it up here. And I actually kind of want to stop talking about the game now because we're going a little bit over time because Colin just wouldn't shut up about Far Cry fucking 3.
Guys, there's this new game come out. It's called Far Cry 3.
It came out like 7 years ago, but I'm so mistaken.
It didn't. It came out like last year, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I
well,
feel like that'll be it.
Is that the end of this segment?
Yeah, that's end of
It's
Game of the
the end of
Now.
the
So all we got to do now is just wrap up.
Wrap it up. Wrap it up.
Right,
like a
I'm gonna get my
birthday
wrapping paper and some sellotape.
present. Yeah.
And then play Pass to Parcel with it because no one wants it.
Aw. Well, there we go. I don't want to end the video. I feel as though we were on like a high, and now we've just suddenly ended it.
Well,
I'm so sorry.
if you can come up with something right now to talk about, then we'll continue. But we are
I went
around
to see
54
Fallout Boy,
minutes.
bitches.
No, we're ending it now. It's over. Goodbye. We're leaving. Thank you
Alright.
for your time. We out.
Yeah.
Peace.
Thanks for watching. Make sure you check out everything we've talked about. Maybe not everything. That might take a
Literally all
long
of
No,
it.
no,
Spent
don't-
one
don't take-
whole
don't
day
look
doing
out.
all of it.
Don't look up Fallout Boy or Far Cry 3.
no.
Those are the big no's.
No. Anyway,
Also, racism's bad, kids. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't be like me.
No.
You can be better than that.
thanks for watching the Zixel Podcast. I have been your host, Connor, and the
I've
other
been your
host-
other host, Bates.
I've
And
been your special, very special guest. Reese.
exactly.
Very special.
Thank you for watching. Goodbye.